Turf Talk 101, Travon Smith here, man. It's always a pleasure to catch up with these young men, future collegiate athletes, future NIL prospects, future doctors, lawyers, superstars. And this young man, I got a chance to, actually got a DM from another coach. He was like, man, you should give this guy a look. And I was like, man, I've been watching that guy already. Who ain't watching that guy? And it's the
Yes,
one and
sir.
only Mr. Luke Sorenson. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. I appreciate you for checking in with us this Saturday morning. For the people that may not know who you are, go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself, what school you at, what class you are, and some of the accolades.
All right. Well, obviously, my name is Luke Sorenson. I'm a tight end slash athlete at Servite High School in Anaheim. We play in the Trinity League, so we play against Mater Dei, St. John Bosco. We play the best of the best, essentially, is what it is. I was a first team All Trinity League selection, 26 Division One offers, SEC, ACC, pretty much every offer you could want. 6'5", 250 right now, so it's going good.
Okay, I want to talk a little bit about you first. When did you start having growth spurts, or was you always one of the biggest kids out of the pack?
I was when I was young, I'm a twin, so I was a smaller baby.
Okay.
But like growing up, then I started like separating myself. I started to get a little bit bigger than all the other kids. I was a little bit thicker, a little bit stronger. But really, I started separating myself in the weight room this past year. But I was always one of the bigger of the bunch.
Okay. What you talking about the weight room? I want to talk a little bit about your off season. How do you attack your off season? What's some things that you focus on? And we'll get to the reason why I'm bringing this up because you got 20 plus D1 offers and not a lot of kids touch that area. So I just want to hear the other athletes to hear what are some things you do in the off season.
Oh, I mean, in the off season, I treat it like it's war pretty much. I go out there, I work out 2 to 3 times per day with weight room twice a day, on the field stuff. I'm doing at home workouts. I'm doing ice bath, sauna work, pretty much anything I can do to get my body right. I do cupping at home. I'm doing everything that I can to make sure I separate myself from my competition this off season. So I hit the weights hard as I can. I'm running on my own. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm doing all that type of stuff.
Self-motivated, man, and that's what it takes to always get to the next level because there'll be a level for you after this.
Oh yeah.
And these are some of the traits. Um, I want to talk a little bit about your season, about like coming in with the mentality because you got 20 plus offers, so you're not as they say on the field like you're one of the guys that they have to study on film, right?
Oh
You
yeah.
they got eyes on you, whether they're gonna double team you or what. What's it like playing in that Trinity League? Um, uh, Week after week, you know you have a battle.
Honestly, I love it because it makes me in practice in my preparations. It makes me elevate my game. So I like playing against guys that are going to play on Saturdays and Sundays every week because you go against a guy that's going to be you go against guys every week that are like going to be first rounders in the NFL. You know that. And so you're going against you have to make sure that you play your best game because if you don't, they're going to embarrass you. And so it's like I get myself ready through my I watch a lot of film, I study, I talk with coaches, like I play the long game. And so playing
Mm.
this league I'm really grateful for because it prepares me for college like no other. There's no other league in this nation that you can go against guys that are 4 and 5 stars on the week. You can't do that in most leagues.
If you're just tuning in, it's Turf Talk. We're talking to 20 plus offer scholarship athlete Luke Sorenson. He's a tight end slash wide receiver. I believe Sean Payton calls these kind of young men jokers because you can put them at different positions. You can put them, you can line up anywhere. So he's a dangerous athlete for a coach because you know what I'm saying they could use him in all kind of schemes.
Oh yeah.
Talk a little bit about the culture at Servite for people that may not know what goes into that culture over there. How does it feel over there? Football, academic?
I'm gonna be honest, it's not easy at all. I don't want people coming into that are thinking about coming into Servite thinking that's gonna be easy.
Yeah.
We're a school that holds a high academic regard. We have a lot of guys that go to very prosperous schools. But it's not gonna be easy. But there are resources that can help you and help in the academic fields. And then in the on the field stuff like the football wise, it's hard, man. It's a grind, but it's awesome because we have a great camaraderie as a team. We have guys that want to be there, that love being there. We have a great culture around us. Our head strength coach was a Marine, and so
Mhm.
I could tell you what the weight room was like. It ain't always fun. but it's what you need to do to get better. He knows everything that we do is to get you better. So that's what it's about, man. If you want to be the best, if you want to get play against the best, be developed by the best, come to Servite.
Yes, sir, definitely. So shout out to Servite. I want talk a little. I want to rewind and talk a little bit about yourself. When did you feel a shift in your change? Like you knew you, because at some point you kind of know, like, hey, I'm one of those guys. When was the shift and change? Like, oh, the offer is going to start coming, or was it a certain play or anything?
Um, so the weird thing is with my recruitment, I didn't start playing football till I was a sophomore in high school.
Mhm.
I was I never touched it. You know, I was more of a baseball guy, a wrestling guy. Like that was hold on. My thing's about to die. I'm gonna get a charge real quick. I'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
right
no, it's all good.
back. All right, cool. But yeah, honestly, for me, it was so being a guy that was never really in in a position where I thought I'd be playing college football. I always was like, I don't have the same emotional ties that everyone else does to this game at first. Obviously I developed that.
Mhm.
But my thing was I just want to go out there and kick everyone's ass because that's what I do in the run game, especially. And so once I started after my sophomore year, I had coaches telling me like, "Hey, like it's gonna come. Like you're meant to play football," and I was like, "Okay, that's my future." And so it was really after my sophomore year in the offseason where I was like, I'm going to commit myself to the weight room. I'm going to commit myself in everything that I do in my diet, my training. That's what I'm going to focus on because it was really after my sophomore year that I was like, okay, this is my future.
What what was some of the the games last year that like when you get home, like it's high fives from the family, like damn, you did that. What was some of the moments? It might not be statistic wise. It might have been like you, because I've seen blocks that you have, and you take pride in blocking. And a lot of tight ends slash wide receivers are just worried about catching the ball, especially in high school. So talk a little bit about those a couple moments at Servite that you had. Was like, yeah, I'm that guy. I'm him.
Um, so the biggest thing is that like I take pride in run blocking because not a lot of people can do it. If I'm being honest, like I feel like nowadays the culture with tight ends is that all right, I'm gonna go catch for however many balls, I'm gonna do all this stuff,
Hmm.
but they forget that run blocking is a very important aspect. I take pride because I'm doing the dirty work that nobody else wants to do or can do. I can go out there as a tight end. Tight ends normally aren't used in run blocking sets, as nowadays, and so I want to change that culture of the tight ends where it's like, hey, I'm 250 pounds and I run a 4.5, 4.6. I can dice you up in the pass game, but more importantly, I can move the line of scrimmage. I can help the tackles with double teams. We don't have to bring in an extra offensive lineman that like kind of gives away our plays to block on the outside. Like I
Okay.
can do that, and that helps my team immensely.
Definitely. Hey, if you're just tuning in, once again, Turf Talk with 20 plus offer, 5-star Luke Sorenson. Talk a little bit about receiving, because it's a lot of kids out there, they go to 7-on-7s and they try to get these scholarships and all these different ways to where they're hunting scholarships down. For somebody like you where scholarships are coming, talk a little bit about the scholarships you have and the process of like maybe being overwhelming or not.
I don't want kids to get blindsided by the 7-on-7 offers because as much as I think it's good practice at times, I think it's almost like a fake culture. I don't want to be like call it out, but you know the stuff that you do in the season is what matters. What you put on tape, what you put on film during the fall season is what matters. So I think in the off season, kids should more focus on developing, working out, getting their bodies right, getting their routes detailed. That's more what it's about, not the 7-on-7 stuff. That's it has its place. But I feel like kids should more focus on doing getting better at football. As far as my offers go, it started out very small. I had Cal Berkeley before my junior year. I went to the camp. I did very well there. I got Boston College. They came out mid-season to see me, but after that, I went from having two to having 20 in a month. You know,
Yeah.
and so it's a lot. People say, oh, you're so lucky you have all these offers. That is very true. I'm very grateful and very blessed with all that I have, but people also understand that there's a lot of work going into it. There's a lot of recruiting. You're always taking phone calls. You're always working out. You got to run routes for this coach and this coach at this time. So it's a process, it's a job, but it's great problems to have, and I'm very grateful for it. Because I was a guy that after 1 year of football, I knew that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, and so I
Yeah.
did everything that I could to keep doing that. And so when I first got like Florida and Wisconsin, I was like, "All right, I'm playing major SEC,
Hmm.
Big Ten ball. I'm like, let's get this going." And so I felt like my recruiting really started taking off after I got Miami. Then I got that's like Tidy University. I got Penn State,
Yeah.
Alabama. Those some of those bigger schools. So it's like that's when I knew I was like, all right, I'm climbing the ranks.
Yeah, because there's definitely a difference between just regular offers and then there's schools that specialize in tight ends. So
Oh
that
yeah,
means the word got out. So hey, keep doing what you're doing, man. Congratulations on everything you're doing. More athletes should take pride in the weight room and they're running on their own and they're studying the film like yourself because dreams do come true and you're proving it right here. We appreciate you for checking in with us this morning, man. We're gonna be watching you. Send us highlights throughout the year and hey, don't forget about us when you blow up, man. I want to check in
oh, I
with you.
got you.
Hey, you're a good guy, man, and your family raised you right. So, hey, shout out to Luke Sorenson, Servite Football. Go check it out this year, and we'll be tapped in as well, man. Appreciate you.
Awesome. Thank you for interviewing me. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Have a good one.
Hey, you too, man. Enjoy.